L.E.A.D Uganda stands for Locate, Educate, Achieve, and Dream. We locate the best and the brightest children living at the edges of society. We educate them at the top school where they achieve excellence. And they dream of being entrepreneurs, of being doctors, of being leaders who will help Africa and help the world. You're standing on the side of a river and there's hundreds of kids floating down the river, and of course you jump in and you save them, and you are continually pulling kids out of the river. And then somebody says, you know, I was upstream about half a mile and the kids are falling in the river about half a mile upstream, and if we just built a fence we could solve this problem, but we don't do it. Why?
My name is Sanyu. I'm Sanyu and I'm a student in L.E.A.D Uganda.
My name is Ronald.
When we were starting L.E.A.D Uganda, we talked to the Ugandans. They wanted their children to have the skills and the opportunities that they didn't have. In other words, they wanted transformation.
Nobody wants, food for today, food for tomorrow, all from givers. No, because they have their own hands, they have their own brains, they can make their food if they are given the opportunity.
We send our students to very good boarding schools. Do you think that could be you? Yeah?
This school you like better than the other school in Gulu? We were not just going to put a large number of children in substandard village schools. They can teach better here?
What we look for is leaders. Children who can be future leaders of Uganda.
And we were going to educate them in the top schools in the country.
But it means that they can go to the best schools.
It means your chances of coming to university are very high.
Then chances are very good that they will be amongst the leaders of this country.
The AIDS epidemic has orphaned an estimated 15 million children around the world, and in many communities, when families are broken apart, children can pay the highest price.
My parents died when I was a little girl, and I had to stay home, take care of my little siblings. And so it was really hard for me. You know, I was younger and looking after the young kids.
This is Sanyu. She cried a lot. They did not have hope that there would be someone to help, to care.
Since the 1980s, Joseph Kony and his Lord's Resistance Army rebels have led a brutal insurgency in northern Uganda, abducting thousands of children.
I was abducted in northern Uganda. In the soldier, there's a language which they use. You are there to kill or to be killed. After cutting my father, he collected the pieces and I packed it in the sack. That's how I lost my dad.
I joined L.E.A.D Uganda, and right now I'm no longer suffering.
I wanted to go, but I could not go to the school. By then I trusted in God. I said, God, please just get for me someone who can pay my fees. Indeed, God has answered me.
What if, instead of just reacting to crises, what if we actually thought ahead and educated leaders in this country so that those countries had an infrastructure?
I know I'll lead this country.
So that those countries didn't need so much help, but that they had the expertise and the knowledge within that country to solve their own problems.
I am an orphan, but I sit on the same desk with a child whose dad or whose mom is a cabinet minister.
This time she got 8 in 8. That is getting 1 A in all 8 subjects. I mean, that's brilliant.
Not just primary education, not basic education, but really technical, high-level education.
People think that these disadvantaged kids maybe don't have very big brains when they do.
There is a very big transformation in Ronald, a very big transformation. And even when you talk to him, he's like, yeah, I will make it, and I'm going to be somebody.
Charity usually just means here, here, here. I'm giving you this, I'm giving you that. To me, that never works.
Africa does not need more aid from people in the West kind of saying, here's a little handout, here's some welfare. Africa needs to be able to develop.
This is a school for minister children, presidents, kings, and so on. It's a very rich school, but I'm their leader.
Why aren't more people insisting that they put kids in top schools?
Most NGOs are not seriously committed to providing quality education.
When are we going to decide to start building fences up the river rather than spending all our energy, 95% of our energy, rescuing kids from drowning in the river? Why don't we stop them from falling into the river to begin with?